Iran is denying it's in talks with the United States after Donald Trump suggested the two sides were seeking an agreement to end the war. The announcement from the U.S. president on Monday came after his weekend deadline for Tehran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz was approaching. While Donald Trump buys himself more time, Israel continues to strike targets in Iran. The IDF announcing it struck over 50 sites, including ballistic missile storage and launch sites, and the country's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is warning there's more to come.
We have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
I spoke to our friend President Trump. He believes that there is a chance to leverage the significant achievements of the IDF and the United States military to realize the war objectives in an agreement that will safeguard our vital interests. At the same time, we continue to strike both in Iran and Lebanon. We are crushing their missile and nuclear programs and continue to severely damage Hezbollah. Just a few days ago, we eliminated more nuclear scientists, and there's more to come. We will protect our vital interests in any situation.
We can now bring in our international affairs editor, Philip Turle. Philip, good to see you. Is diplomacy now back on the table?
To be honest with you, Delano, I don't think anybody can really answer that question right now because of the conflicting statements coming out from the United States. We've got this 5-day delay over these threatened strikes against power installations in Iran, which has been announced by Donald Trump. That brings us up to Friday. That's all the way through the week where the markets are open. I think Donald Trump is trying to shore up his support for the markets to try to stop prices from going through the roof, which may explain why he's pushed this deadline back another 5 days. He says there are reports that there are going to be talks between the Iranians, between Steve Witkoff, his special envoy, between J.D. Vance, the vice president, and also Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, which will take place under the auspices of Pakistan. But that's been dismissed by the Iranians, saying it's fake news and there are no plans for discussions. And this mysterious Iranian leader with whom Donald Trump has reportedly been in contact to try to arrange all of this doesn't exist. So we really don't know what is going on behind the scenes here and who is saying what and what is correct. But the bottom line is that there are demands by the Iranians which are pretty clear right now. The first one is that they want $2 million per ship from the United States and from its allies before they will allow them to sail through the Strait of Hormuz. They're wanting $100 billion worth of reparations from the United States and Israel for the damage that they've caused to their country. And they also want the closure of all U.S. bases in the region. So none of those are going to be acceptable to the United States.
Or the region itself.
Or the region itself. And when push comes to shove, what we're talking about here is reopening the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, they're saying, well, look, before this war took place, the Strait of Hormuz was open. So what Donald Trump is attempting to do here is to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, which he got closed as a result of the war, which was declared on Iran by Israel and the United States.
So yesterday when Donald Trump announced this 5-day pause, a lot of people read that as the U.S. looking for an off-ramp. But what about Israel, considering that there are reports that Benjamin Netanyahu dragged Washington into this war?
Yeah, if you remember that statement right at the very beginning of this, on the 28th of February, when Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, said that the United States had joined the war because Israel was going to start launching attacks in the middle of those negotiations over Iran's nuclear program, and the United States didn't want to be the victim of Iranian strikes against U.S. bases. That was dismissed by Donald Trump pretty quickly afterwards. But I think there are many who believe that this was Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, who pushed Donald Trump into taking part in this war in Iran, because Benjamin Netanyahu has made no bones about the fact that his long-term aim is to destroy the Iranian regime and to make sure that Iran is no longer a military threat towards Israel. Could we be seeing a split between the Israeli position, which doesn't show any sign of wanting to stop the war, and the United States, who now appear to be more inclined to go down the diplomatic path? What is Iran going to do in all of this? Where is this going to leave the relationship between Israel and the United States? Those are many questions that still remain unanswered for the moment.